Okay, welcome back. So the task was to take SphereCalc and try to make these changes to use a while loop to verify that the user input's valid and to keep the program running till they enter quit. So rather than use that, do SphereCalc just as a additional help to guide you through one. So we, in the previous video, we had this where they were entering a number and it was counting how many digits were in the number. And so if I were to run this, and if they were to enter the number -789, now I'm getting a 0. So it's not counting the digits. So really what I wanted them to enter was to please enter a number greater than 0, right? So please enter a number greater than 0, and, or I can do this. So now when it runs, I'll get, but notice I'm getting 4 for that, but notice that the person could still enter a negative number, and even though I've asked them not to, I think I liked it better than 0. I know that's silly. All right, so my first task is I want to keep looping through here until I get the input that I want. So if you remember back in the pseudocode, ask the user for input, I did, read in the input, I did, and now I'm going to add this while loop that as long as the input is invalid, I'm going to keep asking them for valid input. So I asked for the input here, I read the input here, and now I need to make a while loop. And while the input is invalid, I want to keep asking for valid input. So while it's invalid would mean that value that they just entered is less than or equal to 0. And I guess I said greater than 0. It could be greater than or equal. We'll just go with this. Okay, so while whatever they entered, which is in value, is less than or equal to 0, I want to do all this over again. I want to prompt, and I want to read it in, and I don't need this. And so I don't want to go down here and do all this work until I got what I asked for, right? So if I click run on this, or compile actually, I'm going to get an error on compiling, and that's because it's saying error, variable value is already defined. So remember, when we declare a variable, we give its type, we do that once. So I can still use that variable here, I just don't need to declare it again. All right, so once I compile this and I run, now when I enter that -789, it's going to keep prompting me. -3, if I enter 0, that's still wrong. So 789 now it processes. Now if you want, you can add another message in here to say something like, that number is not greater than 0, rather than just continuing to prompt. At least now it gives them a little error message. So now that number is not greater than 0, please enter, right? And I can even get, not really fancy, but just kind of make my output a little bit nicer. -789 gives me a little space, not greater there, please enter. And then when they do, then it will process and give me 3 digits. All right, and maybe I can even clean up my output a little bit. There are blank digits in that number. So now when it prints the output, that 3 isn't just a 3, it'll say there are 3 digits in that number. So now I've got, if I do that, it'll keep prompting, keep prompting, 3 digits of the number. So now my last task is to get all of this to run over and over again. And you can see my my main method is getting quite large, and if I want to repeat all this, I need it in a big while loop. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and I think I'm going to put it in made, but this is where you kind of want to start thinking about using a method. So maybe this becomes a method so that there's not so much. So maybe I'll do that if there's time at the end. But for now, I want to repeat the process. So what is the process I want to repeat? While, so we go back to this kind of pseudocode, and I'm going to use a while loop. I think a do while is a little more elegant for this, but since the while loop is tested, I like to focus on that, and it's enough to get to know one while loop. So I'm going to create this extra variable, and as long as it's a y, I'm going to do that whole process. And then when I hit the end, I'm going to ask the user if they want to enter more. And so I'm pretty much just going to copy this code into here, and I might even be able to do that. So let's see if we can do that. So have to be careful where I put it. I don't really need the scanner inside all that whole process. Count's going to need to be in there. So count's going to need to be able to be made 0 each time, or it's just going to keep counting from the previous number. So you have to do some thinking about what it is I want to repeat. So I know that looks all wonky for now. So there's my string again. Now sometimes when you copy online, the quotes don't copy correctly. Oops. So you have to retype them to get your string literal. So string again y while it equals that. Do all this stuff, tell them how many digits, and then I want to ask the user if they want to keep going, if they want to enter another number. Interestingly, that copied it nicely. And then again equals this, and then this is going to be the end of that while loop that I just added. So let me see if I can, good, I can set my indents. So it's kind of hard to see with my font here, but that while loop goes off the page now, right? So I think I'm going to have some issues with some of my variables, maybe not. Let's just see, right? Sometimes I purposely make mistakes, but all right, so please enter a number of 0. So if I still have my error checking, it should still be asking me. And then when I enter a number greater than 0, 7, 8, 9, there are 3 digits in that number. Enter y to run again or n to quit. So I'm going to enter a y and see if I run again. All right, number greater than 0. It's still doing that prompting. 4 digits. Okay, so I got the right output that I expected. And then when I want to quit, I can enter n, and it won't keep asking me. But I could have kept going and entering more numbers. Now, I could put more spaces in there and other things, but I want to show you for a minute, if I had thought that maybe this could go here, I want to show you how that would have affected, right? So order matters, and where things are placed matters. And so if I were to just move that count outside the while loop that keeps continuing, when I first enter the first number, it's going to tell me there's 3 digits in that number. And when I run again, though, if I just entered a 12, it should tell me there are 2 digits in that number, but it's going to say 5 because I didn't reinitialize count to be a 0. So interestingly, I could have just said here, count equals 0. So I know I set it there to 0, but this is really for the repeated loops. I want to make sure I get it set back to 0. Interestingly, it didn't mind that int being in here because every time it hits the end of the while loop, it kills the count, and then when it comes back up here, it would recreate it again. So either this or the original solution should get me the results that I want. So 7, 8, 9, there's 3. Oh, I have to say yes to run again, and then 12, 2 digits. So that's what I was looking for with 12. So you want to be checking your output, right? I could go again, negative 789. It's going to tell me to be greater than 0. So it's a little more powerful, right, for running the program to have it continuously running. So I would say go back, and I do think SphereCalc is the best one to try. But go try to do that whole process on your own for another program, or even for the one I did, but maybe without looking at the video. Okay, happy coding.